All right, so jumping in, my name is Evan with Scotland Marketing, and today we are going over the team websites in Command. So for the team websites, you do have the new website platform launched. You do have to have the new website platform launched in your Command account. If you have not launched your new Command team websites, we do have some videos and stuff that shows how to go ahead and set up that marketing profile, your team marketing profile, and then set up your team website. So again, if you've not launched your new sites yet, that will be the first step in creating your team site. With the team sites, only team members that have enhanced or unlimited permissions on the team are going to have access to edit the team marketing profile. So if you are not able to access that to set up your team website, it may be due to your team permissions, and those might need to be adjusted on the back end. So to get started, first thing is going to be to set up the team marketing profile. So again, only members with the enhanced or unlimited permissions on the team will be able to edit or set up that profile. So you're going to find it the same way that you do the standard marketing profile. However, for easier navigation, I would recommend going to your name in the top right. And before you go down to settings, I would just go ahead and toggle into the team profile. If you are already not currently in the team account. So once we are in the team profile, we'll go ahead and then click on our name again in the top right. And then we are going to go ahead and click on our settings. So to get to the marketing profile, we do want to go to the left side of the menu and go under the Connect settings. And that is where our marketing profile will be. So the same place that you would find your regular marketing profile, just under the team account. So again, if you're not able to access this, or if you're not able to edit this, that most likely will be because of your permissions within the team account. Or it should be, you most likely would have standard permissions instead of the enhanced or unlimited, or if you're the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker has unlimited permissions as well. So that you can see the difference, if you're not sure if you have access or not, once you click into the marketing profile, if you only have standard permissions and you don't have access, then the top is just going to say marketing profile, and it's going to look like your standard marketing profile here. Now, if you do have enhanced or unlimited permissions set up, then when you go under the marketing profile, you'll see that it will say team marketing profile at the top. And so this is what you are going to make sure that you are seeing when you set up the profile for the team. My apologies. I'm trying to. So this is what it will look like if you have the team marketing profile, if you have the permissions to access it and to set it up. So you'll see that it's a team marketing profile, and this like gray box at the top. There's a lot less options for the team marketing profile than there is for your personal marketing profile. So if you're going through the marketing profile and you're seeing all of these details here, then most likely this is your personal marketing profile and not the team marketing profile, and you don't have access. My apologies. Give me one moment. All right, so first you're going to have your toggle just like you would in your normal marketing profile at the top right. And this is what is going to have allow it to be branded to you. Next, after that, you are going to see that there is a team logo section. The team logo section is going to be just like in the regular marketing profile. It is going to be a required field. This is going to also be this is also going to have a recommended size of 360 by 360, which is a perfect square. However, it is not required to be that size if your team logo looks, if your team logo looks distorted at all within that preview, it will correct itself on your marketing. So you don't need to worry about cropping that or adjust that for the logo. Or if you're having any issues getting it uploaded, you can always reach out to us and we would be more than happy to assist you with getting that added. After your team logo, your next items are going to be the team details. Zoom in a little bit for you. So as a business slogan, you can add a slogan in there. However, that is not required. It is optional. The designations and the credentials slot is also optional. So you don't need to put anything into those if you don't want to, but you're more than welcome to. And then the team app link. Which is going to be right here at the bottom. This is still in the process of being updated. However, it is within the consumer section. So we will go over that later in the class. So after the team details here, we then have our affiliations and bio. So for your team bio, the bio is going to be required. So you do want to make sure that you have a bio put in there if you have a custom bio for the team, or if you just want to use your personal bio as a placeholder until you are able to get a team bio created, that is perfectly fine too. If you don't have either at the moment, then what we would do is we would just recommend possibly putting like a period in this box. So that way you can move on and you can save your work and then you could come back to that later. Then next is going to be the contact information. So your phone number for the team, you have the option for fax number. However, it is not required. And the contact email for the team. So the number and email will be required in order to save your work. And then you have your website URL, which typically will be your KW domain unless you're using a custom domain for your website. Next, we're going to have our market center information. So some of this is going to pull in automatically from the backend. So you might see that the first line of the market center brokerage name is grayed out. This is because it's automatically going to pull from your market center details. If you are part of a business center and not like the actual market center, unfortunately that this is not able to be changed or updated. So this may reflect the market center, not the business center. Again, we're not able to currently change this at this point in time. Hopefully this does have a little bit more editing capabilities later on. But again, these are new, so gotta give it a little bit of time for them to make some updates. Market Center logo, that is going to be the same as the team logo. You do not need to crop that down. recommended size. If it looks distorted or stretched out in that preview, it will correct itself automatically, so you don't need to adjust that. Next, we're going to have our property limits. Right under that is going to be the forced registration for the team. So this is going to work very similar to how the forced registration limits work on the personal sites. So you do have the option to set forced registration. For unrestricted, you'll be able to see that visitor will be able to view unlimited properties on your website before being asked to register. So it will not require them to register an account. They can just view, and they will not. It will not track any of their property views, so you would not be able to see any of those. You can set it to 10 to where they can view 10 properties, and then after 10, it's going to make them register an account, which when they register that account, that information is going to save in your database, and then you will be able to see what properties they're viewing, what properties they're liking, things like that. You can also be able to set up save searches and send collections over. So you can set up to 10 to 2, or you can do no property viewing to where they are forced to create an account right off the bat before they can view any. All right. Moving along, next we're going to have our compliance section. Compliance items for our site. So you have your legal footer text. So if there's any legal text that is required for compliance in your office, this is where you will be able to add those, as well as legal footer links. Some market centers do require links to the legal footers for Texas agents. They do require those information about broker services forms, and New York agents need to have their standard operating procedure forms. So those can be added into the team site there. And then you have your legal footer images down here at the bottom. So they are a very small thumbnail size image, so they're not very large. So you probably don't really want to use them for any type of advertising or anything like that. However, if you do want to add anything into those little thumbnail view photo, these little photos, we would recommend it just being something like the realtor logo, fair housing, some kind of like little image like that. Because again, these are going to show very small on your website. Next under that is going to be our last section here. It is going to be our social media links. I'm sorry, there's one more after that. So social media links, if you have any of your team social media accounts set up, such as Facebook, you're able to add those full URLs here. Again, make sure that they are included, the HTTPS, all that. So when you go to that, you can just copy the URL straight from the URL bar up here and add it here. And then below that, we have our Google Analytics ID. So if you have a Google Analytics, like a website for your Google Analytics, you will be able to use the tracking ID. If you have your Google Analytics set up for that, you can add the tracking ID here as well. Just be sure to, once you have everything added and everything is set up, you have the save button down at the bottom. So you do want to make sure that you are clicking save and making sure that there are no errors before you exit out of the page, or else it will not be showing on your website. Also keep in mind too that whenever you do make any updates, they are not instantaneous, so they do not automatically add to the website. KW will tell you that they can take up to 24 hours, but typically it is going to be within 1 to 2 hours that you'll see the updates shown. So after you have your marketing profile set up, and you save it for the team, then you're going to be able to see this little URL subdomain up here at the top. This is where you'll be able to create or transfer over your domain for your website. So for this, you're able to claim your team subdomain by just typing in the box what you would like it to be. If you have already set up before they release these team websites, if you already set up your personal website to be a team website and you want to use that domain, say you have like the great team, but it's under your personal account, you are able to transfer that subdomain over from your personal to be on your team website, and then it'll allow you to create a new domain for your personal one as well. So that's pretty cool that you're now able to transfer that over also. Again, just make sure that once everything looks good, make sure everything was saved. It doesn't hurt to click save a second time just to be on the safe side. All right, so I'm going to jump back over to command. And now we're going to go into the consumer tab. So that is going to be the last option here on the left. And real quick, I know that we did have a couple people join us after we'd already got started. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will try to get to them as we go along. If you did not, if you realized what today's class is, this is going to be the team websites overview. And you will be able to catch this recording at the end of the day on our YouTube channel. And I will show you where to find our YouTube channel at the end of the class as well. So if you're still getting familiar, by the way, with the little icons for command over here on the left-hand side, you can click this red KW and it will pop them out as well so you can see what they are. So we are currently in the consumer. So we can go into our website by clicking on the Edit My Website button here. However, before we do that, I will show you a couple of things here that the consumer tab is always going to show you. The subdomain for your personal website is going to be here. So keep that in mind. If you want to change the team subdomain, you do want to go back into the marketing profile to do that. You will not be able to change the team domain from this consumer page, only from the team marketing profile. And under here, you're going to have some URL links here. So the first one is going to be the team website URL. And then next to that, we do have the team app link. And then we have your team member app link. So this is going to be the URL for the team website, the team app, and then your team member app link right here. We do also have a video on our YouTube channel that kind of breaks these down a little bit as well. Right. And then all the other things on this page down here are going to be for the personal website. So it's just like what we kind of went over under the team marketing profile. So I'm going to go back up to the top here, and now we're going to go ahead and click on the Edit My Website. And just before we actually do that, I do want to just let you know, if you are seeing that your consumer tab looks a little different, it doesn't look quite like this, then most likely you're still utilizing your legacy website, the original version of the websites. You can always tell if you're in the new website by this big old bluish green banner right here. So just kind of a heads up on that for you. Now, sometimes whenever you come into the back end here on the Edit My Website section, you may have a pop-up that shows, it'll say, welcome to the new Agent Website Builder. And then it'll have like a little option to take a tour, or below that it'll say explore on my own. If you accidentally close that out, but you do want to take the little tour that the KW has set up for the websites, you're always able to re-access those tours by clicking this little blue tour button up here on the top right. And this will bring it back for you And this is what I was talking about, the window. And then you can always take this little tour here. So going through the consumer page, that automatically took us to our personal site. So we can see here our site URL is up here. So it shows scholarlymarketing.kw.com, which is our personal URL. So we can go over here to the top of the page and where we see our name. And we're going to just go ahead and give this a click. There it goes. Now you'll see that there are, for us, if you are part of leadership within your market center, you may see that there is market center names as well. If you're part of multiple leadership, market center leadership, you may see multiple offices such as we are. But one of the options that you should see is the team name as well. So when you click on the team name, that is going to switch you over to your team account. So again, now you can tell by one, the name has changed right here. So now it says the Dream Team. And then also the team URL here is changed as well. So this is where you're going to be, where you can make changes to the team site, add additional pages to the team site, anything that you want to add to your website is going to be done here. So for the team site, some of the default pages are the same as the personal site, which we go over in our website overview. However, I will touch on those briefly. So we do have the About the Agent. So that is going to be the About Me page that pulls from the profile. We have the Meet the Team. So this is where your team members will be listed. We have the homepage, and then we have the blog page. So we're just going to go ahead and start from the top of the list and work our way down. So I'm going to go ahead and click into the About the Agent. So this is going to pull in the Rainmakers information. So if you are wondering why it is not showing your headshot photo or your details, that's because it's pulling from the Rainmakers details. And those will need to be adjusted in the Rainmakers personal marketing profile. Now you do have the option to hide these items from the page, so we can make changes to this from the display option right here. We can do display or hide. You'll see that whenever you do make an update, it does kind of do like a little circle thing. So that's how you know that it is working. It's just maybe being a little slower than anticipated. We can also hide the bio information if we would like. And again, you can also change the agent details to hide as well if you so choose. We're just going to go ahead and change everything back to display. But again, whenever you make any changes, you always want to make sure that you are clicking save over here in the top right. And once saved, you will see that this green box shows up here and it's going to tell you that it was saved. And it's going to give the option link right here to return to dashboard. You can click on that, or you do also have the option to where you can click on this KW logo right here. That will take you to your back to your dashboard as well. So next we have the Meet the Team. So for the Meet the Team page here, the first thing we have here is the company. Okay, so it looks like we changed the name on it. So it says Team Lead, but this is going to be your background image for the header here. It's kind of like the hero image on the old pages. You are able to upload files and you can change the add more photos if you like, so it would go through or change the photo. If you were to click choose files, it'll open the folders from your computer and you are able to upload more, or you can do choose a folder and it's going to take you to your folders. If you just do add item, it's going to add another square. So I'm not sure why it's looking like that. Looks like they may be doing some kind of update to it, but anyway, so you will be able to add other photos as well here. The next section, we have the meet the team list. So you are again able to display or hide the title. So the title being the meet the team, which you can see any edits you're making here over on this side. So if we wanted to hide that, it is going to hide that section. So then again, the title, meet the team, you're able to update that verbiage if you'd like, however works best for you. You do have your little description of your team. And then below that, you're going to have your team members. So any members that are on your team can be added to the section. And this is going to pull in their details based on their personal marketing profiles. So if any of your team members don't have an updated headshot photo, or maybe their contact information is showing incorrectly, or their website or social media links aren't working, then you just want to direct them back to their marketing profile to get those information updated. And any marketing profiles typically feed over to the live site within, again, 15-30 minutes. It doesn't take too long, but it is not, again, instantaneous. As you're adding your team members, you can change the order that they appear by simply clicking and dragging to move them. And then to add team members, we can click on this little plus sign down here, and then click on this box that appears that says search by name. And then any team members that have not already been added to the list will be here. So we can simply click on them to add them to the profile. And then if we want to remove them from the profile, all we have to do is click on this little red line and it will remove them. If you have any team members that are not in command that you want to add to your meet the team page, say they are just like an admin that's not added to the command account, the office command, you can add them down here under the additional partners. This will add them manually. So we can click on the little plus symbol, and then you will see here that the create new option does show, and anyone that you may have already previously added will show up down here as well. When you click create new, you will see that all this information pops up. So you can add their name, their title, you can upload their image, and add a phone number and email address if you'd like to have contact information for them added to the Meet the Team page as well. Once you have set that person up, you are able to go ahead and re-click on the search and then click on their name that you put in here. As you can see, They're not quite showing up yet. Something might be going on with the command websites at the moment. There it goes. So as you can see here, it does show that the test associate has been added. And then again, any information that you put will show here. I just don't know why it's not showing on the preview right here, but it does feed over to the site. So one thing about the additional partners as well, you are able to drag and reorder these also. However, you are not able to drag and reorder them with the featured team members. The featured ones are always going to come first on the Meet the Team page, and then it will go to the additional partner. So with Ashley was being first, if we put her second, she would move to this place, and the test associate that's not appearing in the preview would move to this slot. So you can order these, and then you can order these. All right, and then moving along, the next section we have is the preferred vendors. So to add any preferred vendors or to manage and see or edit preferred vendors, there is this link that's going to show right here. Again, this is going to be a very similar process, just like under the personal websites. Okay, so this is going to be the little homepage for your vendor. It's going to, once you click on that link, it's going to open up this new tab for us. So to add vendors, we're going to click on this add vendor button in the top right. When you click on this, there is going to be the option given right here to add multiple vendors, which you can do from a CSV if you have it, or if not, you can just simply do them one at a time. You're able to put the vendor's name, the vendor's URL to their website. If there is a specific contact person that you have for that vendor, you can put their name, their email address, and their telephone number here. If you don't have a specific contact for them, as you can see, this telephone is a required field by the asterisk next to it. You can just put the company main telephone number here instead of a personal contact. Then at the bottom, there is going to be vendor type. So you can choose what type of vendor services they provide. There's all different kinds. You are also able to type in maybe it's just under the other one, but it should be under here. And then you can also select what counties they service. And then there is a little logo box as well, so you can add their logo if you'd like. Once you have everything filled out, you're just going to go ahead and click on the add vendor button. And then you will see that they will appear down here in the my preferred vendor section. Just be sure whenever again you are completed any updates to the section and everything looks good, make sure again you click save. And once you click save, you are going to have your confirmation that it was saved right here with your return to dashboard option. So after the Meet the Team page, we have our home page. So this is going to be very similar as the homepage on the personal command sites. So I'm not going to get too detailed here since we cover this in our other classes. We'll just kind of do a brief overview here. So you have your title. which is let us find your dream home. Again, you can change that to whatever kind of verbiage you think is best, whatever you'd like it to say. And again, the title is going to show right here above the search box. You have the option to hide any for rent when you see buy or rent here. If you do not want to do any rentals, you can just simply click that and hide the rent portion of it. And then you'll see that it just has this box here where you can search for being sold properties. There is a chosen carousel image where you are able to add the images that this will filter through on the background. You can upload files or add images saved in your workspace already. Next, you have your listings. So these are going to be your featured properties. So if you want to have your featured properties displayed or hidden, you can do so. You can change that here. If you don't want to have any on your website, that's up to you. You are able to have your title and a description. And then there's two options that are dynamic and basic. So the dynamic option is going to be where you can select a center point. The center point can be a specific address. You can just do it to where it's like a zip code, whatever you'd like. Just keep in mind if you are licensed in a state that say the town you live in is close to another state line and you're not licensed in that other state, if you do within a say a 10-mile radius and that happens to start pulling over properties in the other state that you're not licensed in. So just keep in mind on that how you set that up. But you do have the max number to display and you do have the search radius miles as well. So you can set this to a 5-mile radius if you'd like, whatever works best for you. You do also have the search properties in the state province only. So that is another good safeguard to make sure that it's not pulling properties from another state that you may not be licensed in. You have the option to sort listings by. So you can do recently updated, nearest to my location. There's a few different options here for you. But then below that, we have our pinned listings. So instead of just pulling random listings, you are able to make sure you add, so you have 2 listings, you can make sure you add those listings as well. So they will show on your featured properties. And then the following listings that's pulling over will follow after those. You do have the option to feature listings by, you do my team listings or my affiliated brokerage market centers. You don't have to have either one of those. You can have them both off if you'd like. You also have the filter listing options to where you can filter what listings are being shown. For sale, active, house, lots, land. You can change it to whichever you'd like and all different criteria here for you. Below that, we do have our featured testimonials. So this is basically going to be like what your clients are saying about you. Again, you can't change what they say. I do think that they're currently doing an update. As you can see, like title, there is a title on these, but it's not showing here. So I think they may be doing an update, which yay, hopefully they are. But yeah, so you can change and update the title, the description of what it's going to show here. You are able to, the item stream. So you can do the newest published date between 1 and 20 testimonials you can have at a time. And then to add a featured testimonial, you'll see down here at the bottom that there is this add button to add the testimonial. When you click on that, you'll see this box appear. You can just click on it and you can even create a new testimonial. So if you have a client that added a testimonial on, say, your Google business page and you want to put that on here, you can just click create new and type it in and add it yourself. Or if somebody has already gone onto your website and left a testimonial for you and saved it, this is where you'll be able to find it. You just simply look for their name. You can click on it. And then you should see it update and it should show here. So it says Mickey M, which would be Mickey Mouse. And then I'll show what the testimonial is saying. And then below that is going to be our blogs. So then again, you have your blog posts. You can select which blogs you want on there. If you create any blogs, you can add them by clicking the plus and then clicking on the box. And then you'll see here that you have the blog page. This was like a custom page that was created for the team sites. And then once you have all your blogs that you want on there, again, you can click, drag, drop, rearrange, whatever works best for you. Or you can just remove them by clicking the red line and it will remove it for you. Again, once everything is set up and you are happy with how everything looks, you are able to go ahead and just click on the save option. And again, you'll see that you have your confirmation that it was saved. And then you click back to dashboard. All right, so then the other option we have here is going to be our blog page. So the blog page is very similar to the blog section on the homepage. So you have the option to adjust the title and the description if you would like. You can also display or hide it. Then you can click how many blogs you want to be seen at, how you want seen at a time. And again, just some minor different details on here of things that you would like updated about it. The homepage is only going to have a preview of the 4 of them, and then there will be a button that says read more, and then that's going to take them to this blog page, which will show up to 10 blogs right on this page. So now we're just going to go ahead and head back to our dashboard. Again, you can do so by clicking on the KW. And those are going to be your main default pages for your team site. So the last thing that we will go over is going to be on the back end. So if we go to the top left corner and click on these 3 lines, and then we want to go under our admin section where we will see the organization site. So first we have our name, which is going to be the team name. So if by some chance this name is not reflecting correctly on the top left corner of your live website, this is where you're able to update that name, where you can adjust it. Then you have the option to change the theme. So if you want to change how everything looks, let's do like slight dark. Again, the theme, there it goes. So now this is going to be the dark theme. There's just a couple of options to change the theme. There's slate light. And as you can see now, it's a little lighter on here. So we don't typically recommend adjusting the, before I get home, we don't really typically advise on just adjusting the market center name. Again, that is going to make sure that you are within compliance reasons. You're not showing somewhere you're not supposed to be, things like that. Above that, below that, you do have the agent or rainmaker name. Again, make sure that you might want to make sure that that is correct as well, who the rainmaker of the team is. Agent or Rainmaker KWID. Again, I wouldn't mess with that. You do have your Google Analytics tag ID here. This is going to be just like the same thing under the marketing profile where you can add your Google Analytics tag. You do want to make sure that this does get added here as well if you do have a Google Analytics set up. Great question, Jessica. So Jessica asks, can you bring in other fonts to use on here, say from Canva? Also, can you add widgets onto the pages here? There's one I want to bring over from New Home Source on Realtor Colorado, but haven't been able to figure out how to do it yet. So the first one, fonts. At this time, we have not seen that you're able to bring over different fonts. I think that is a great idea, which one thing, actually give me 1 second. Jessica, I'm finished answering that just a second. So yes, and then at the bottom right here, guys, there's this navigation source. This is where you can edit and update the top part of your website. We don't really typically go into that because that can mess things up, but if you want to play around with it, if you want to go on answers.com and check it out, then you can. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will get to those.